Hello, it's Jimmy here again, and I am privileged today to be in this gentleman's house, garage, property, Mr. Phil Cass, and we are going to be doing an episode today all about Kiss. So if you are not a Kiss fan, you probably don't want to watch this one. You can happily turn off and go find something else. But if you're a Kiss nut, stay with us because we're going to talk some shit about Kiss for just however long. I've got Mr. Tim Henwood from Palace of the King.
Yeah,
I've got him Tim again.
Yeah.
And Phil Cass, of course, as well from the
G'day,
Aussie
guys.
Kiss Worldwide Collectors Group. Stick with us and we're going to talk Kiss. Let's go.
Bam.
Righto. So this is a very loose little chat with these guys. There isn't really anything planned, but of course Kiss are coming out and the tour is starting in the next week or 2 weeks whenever I put this up. So we thought we'd come down here today, have a look at Phil's collection and talk to these two guys because they are massive Kiss heads and huge Kiss collectors, as you can kind of tell, about Kiss. So my first question that I thought we'd talk about is, let me have a look at my thing again. Yes. When, and I think I know the answer that you're going to give to this, but maybe not so you. When did you guys start collecting your Kiss memorabilia? Like, how old were you, and what started it for you?
I was 1980. I remember I went to a picnic with my family and auntie, and she went across the road to the shop to get us an ice cream, and there was a badge and a key ring. And it was like, wow, can I have one?
Yeah.
And I got a key ring, and my sister got the badge, and that was basically
That was the start of
that was
it.
the start of my very first piece of memorabilia, Kiss collecting, and that's what got me started. I mean, of course, I used to see him on TV and all the music shows on a Saturday morning, but that was the first piece of merchandise that I got.
Started and then it's just built. And there's video that I'll be putting in this as we go along. That
Phil's
can
amazing
show you.
collection.
Yeah, it is
It's
amazing.
incredible. And how about when you used to go to the milk bar when you were a kid? The cards were there as
Oh,
well.
yeah,
The bubblegum
yeah,
cards.
yeah.
'Cause I remember, like, my primary school was not far from here, and you'd go. There was a shop near, like the fire station in the shop. And you'd go to the shop, you'd be standing at the counter, and there'd be Kiss cards, and you'd be
Yeah, we'd get
Unreal.
milk, Coca-Cola bottles and cash them in for 20 cents.
Oh,
and get a packet of Kiss cards,
man.
open them up.
How
You
yeah.
throw the wrapper away, and you think, now those wrappers
Now.
are worth like
Yeah.
$10, $15 each, and
Yeah.
we threw out hundreds of
that's
packets of
amazing.
Kiss cards. Even the box, the original Kiss box with full 36 packets in it.
Yeah.
Sells for over $500.
Wow.
It's just
There was just Kiss
crazy. It was
everywhere,
just
wasn't
Kiss
there?
everywhere. Yeah.
You were actually, there was something wrong with you if you didn't become a collector.
Yeah, well, yeah,
So it was
that's
at the
right.
same time.
Yeah.
It
You
was
know,
either Kiss cards or footy cards
Yeah.
back in
just
1980. Yeah.
I wasn't big on footy, so
It's it was just
more into Ace Frehley than I was into whoever even played footy.
When did you start? Because you sort of
Same
mentioned to
time.
me before, and when you were a kid. You just,
It was just when I was a kid. So my cousin, who's a bit older than me, Kevin, lived across the road, and he was the one who introduced me to Kiss. He's like,
Right.
you should check this band out. And
Yeah,
I
yeah.
was like, boom.
yeah, well, that's what happened to me.
And then they were everywhere, of course.
Yeah.
Like you go to the milk bar, and
Yeah.
you couldn't go anywhere without there being something.
it's something Kiss. Yeah.
Yeah, and you know, you guys, I'm sure agree. It was like superheroes crossed with
That's right.
rock and roll
that's-
music, scary. Like there was the horror factor for a
Yes.
young boy, particularly. You know,
It's it was the superhero. Your Supermans, your Batmans, and it was your Kiss superheroes,
Yeah.
and that's what kind of
yeah,
drew you to
absolutely.
the music. It was more the superheroes than the music when you're an 8-year-old kid.
Yeah,
It was
that's
like,
right.
Everyone says, "Oh, I've been into Kiss for so long, and I bought all their albums." But to me, it was first of all, it was the superhero fact that got me into buying a face mask.
Yeah, exactly.
To Burke's in Williamstown, a corner store. That all right. You can have what do you want, a Jane Jean or an Ace?
Yeah.
I got the Ace. My sister got the Paul. Yeah.
See, I started. My one was. it was 1980, very early 1980, and I was 7. And my sister's boyfriend just walked in one day, and he had Destroyer, and he gave it to me and said, "Listen to this."
Unreal.
And my brother was there as well. He's a little bit older than me, and we put it on, and that was it. You know,
Yeah.
and like
what a great first album too.
Yeah. And then of course they were everywhere because then the tour got announced.
Yeah.
And so Kiss just exploded.
Yeah.
And my brother went to the show, and I was too young to go. So he took
my
my
mum and
Kiss
dad
maker.
wouldn't let me go either.
Yeah.
Well, I was 8, 7, 8.
Did you go?
No.
Same.
Living in Altona, you couldn't go all the way out to Waverley on a weeknight, and it's just.
So your brother goes and he comes home.
Brother goes and takes my Kiss makeup to his mate's place, Bucky, and I never got it back.
Oh!
So Phil, I know you're going to watch this, and I've repeated this story a million times, and I've never forgiven you for it, but I still love you. I've never forgiven you.
So now you're looking at Phil's collection and
Yes.
you're just going,
Yes, exactly.
I had some of this stuff.
And
And
the
that's the
used boxes, $400.
Yeah, and that's the thing, like,
Uh.
because you were saying that you collected stuff just as you're a kid and you've kept it.
Yeah,
all
I've kept
that
it all,
time.
yeah, everything.
I didn't.
Yeah.
I'm a dickhead.
Well, but then there's levels. So you should never let it go. I should never have opened. Like I was saying to you
opened
before,
stuff.
I had 3 versions of the makeup.
Yeah.
But I opened them all, and I should just put one aside
Yeah.
and go, all right, that's... And I don't know about you guys, but I remember as... 1981, 82, everyone started going off. They weren't on the Kiss anymore. And a lot of my friends started giving me their stuff.
Yep.
Yeah, you can have it. I don't want it.
Yeah, well,
Really?
there's a story that the Kiss mobiles, hanging with the Vault. Brett Bartlett from Big Collector in Big Kiss fan in Queensland. He remembers going into the store, and they were 50 cents each. And he reckons there was about 30 packets of them.
Yeah.
Now,
Yeah, because no one was into it anymore.
No one was
Kids
into it.
had come and gone for the kids, and they were into the next
50
thing.
cents in a bargain bin, and in the packaging now they're a $500, $600 item, maybe even more.
Oh, really? Oh, wow.
You just don't know. You don't know back then, but then I suppose 1981, 82 Kiss were definitely gone by then.
Yeah, well, remember when the Elder came out, when I came out, I was like, yeah, they're back.
Yeah,
and all my friends were like, nah, we're not into them
everyone
anymore.
turned off it.
I was excited trying to vote for them to get on the radio to play I, the single. I was like, hey, they're playing it.
Yeah.
It was just like they were just hanging on, and it just went away. And by the time they took the makeup off, my friends would give me shit saying, I don't even know the name of the guitarist anymore. It's not even Ace anymore.
who's that bloke?
Shut up! It's good. It's still good.
It's I mean, by that stage, I was doing other things as well.
Yeah.
It all changes. Music kind of changed a little bit, but my first album was The Kiss Unmasked, and
Yeah.
I can hook it all up through
The
iPad.
plaques look great framed up.
yeah, they're ripper, yeah.
Yeah, they look real good.
Amazing. What a collection.
Is that Eric's legit signature?
No. They were signed as they were produced, yeah. But the Gene,
Oh, were they?
yeah, they come out a little signature on them, yeah. But the
Because I've got... Mine aren't in good condition. Mine aren't... But I didn't think they had a signature on them.
yeah,
This is...
that's Gene's.
Right, that's the real one.
Yeah,
Oh, and they had that on them, did they?
yeah. So
I'd have to have another look.
Yeah, you'll
It'll have that on it?
yeah, I'll have it on them. Yeah,
It's funny because, because when I see... Because all my stuff is all stored away. A lot of my stuff's stored away. And then I see, like, the mobile, and it's way smaller than I remember it. I've got it at home somewhere. I've got them all at home somewhere. But I remember them being really big because I was a little kid.
Little kid, mate. Yeah. I mean, that would have been as big as some little kids made back then.
And I used to have it hanging from the light in the middle of my room.
Yeah.
It's great. And so all these are original signatures, yeah?
Yeah, I got Ace at the Ace meet and greet,
Yeah.
and then Gene, I got at the Gene Simmons Vault.
Oh,
And Paul got him at Crown Casino. I don't normally chase them with signatures, but that's one set I wanted to.
Yeah,
on those
definitely.
plaques. Yeah.
Because that sort of leads into my next question that you guys were talking about. That was favourite Kiss album and why? Mine is Destroyer because it was the first exposure I had to Kiss. And it's a fucking magnificent album anyway.
Killer album.
So, that's my favourite, but it's stuck with me all the
I mean, I think probably mine's probably Unmasked because it was my first album and I played it to death. Yeah, it's I've still got the original album that I had when I was a kid. So I think that's
the one that sticks.
That's the one that sticks with me. Yeah.
I like the early raw stuff, but when they started like Hotter Than Hell, Rock and Roll Over, I like that era.
Yeah.
And remember when we did those at Cherry Bar, we did those Kiss gigs where we played the entire album. And I remember, because all the guys in Palace of the King in my band, they're like, Kiss, rah, we're not even, it was daggy and it was just crazy,
Cop that
and I remember them coming along to the gig going, I didn't realise the songs they're good rock and roll songs. Yeah, I was trying to tell you that. Yeah. We're not putting the makeup on, we're not putting the show on, we're just playing rock and roll songs.
Just playing the songs.
You know what I mean? It's like you get a Ted Nugent album, you get a Kiss album from that era. The Kiss album's just as good.
Yeah.
Bloody oath.
But the perception is, it's all marketing, it's all,
Yes.
Yeah.
Mate, the songs were great. The songs have been fantastic.
Killer rock and roll song, particularly all the way up. Destroyer's a great album, particularly up to then. And obviously in the 80s, I still loved them all the way through until now from the start. But there's time. I listen to some of the 80s tracks now. Really, you can't say that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, where everyone in the 80s was.
It was the era.
It was the era. It was hair metal.
Yeah.
They actually did a very good job of keeping up with the younger crew, didn't they?
I mean, by the time the 90s come around again with the 90s bands, it was, yes, I still listen to the old Kiss albums.
Yeah.
But I was into LA Guns, Faster Pussycats, Slaughters, and Enough's Enoughs, and those type of bands that Kiss had to actually keep up with those bands. Yes, they would still play some big shows, and but then they had to reinvent themselves to keep up with the younger with the younger. With the Revenge. That was a killer. I like that.
Yeah, it's great.
And when Crazy Nights was a bit of a semi-hit, and I remember playing indoor cricket, and it was on the radio in indoor cricket. And I was like, I can't believe they're back! Right, we're back on, boys.
Crazy Nights got me back into Kiss again. Yeah,
pretty much did for me too, actually.
But Lick It Up, mate. What a great album.
Lick It Up. I
mean, that's earlier, obviously, but Crazy Nights was like, because it's obviously Bon Jovi ruled the world.
Well, I mean,
we're keeping up, man.
Yeah, exactly.
I mean, Bon Jovi. I went to Bon Jovi, back in Slippery When Wet. No, they played 2 or 3 nights at Entertainment Centre, and they were huge back then.
Yeah,
and Europe. They were competing each other for the big bands in Australia.
Yeah.
And then I just went more underground. Then
and then what about when grunge hit?
that's right. That kind of.
You never got into Nirvana or Soundgarden?
I was more of a poser. I had the cowboy boots and the
house
and the.
You were still going to see Roxas at the Corner Hotel.
Oh,
Juno. But yeah, there was a time
I got up on stage and sang with him one night.
Did you?
Yeah.
I wouldn't want to be singing beside him, mate. He make you look bad. He make anyone look bad. That guy's
he's alright. He's alright. Yeah,
he's alright.
I'll send this.
That were the days. Yeah, actually, it was the old metal days. Used to be the Candy Harlots from Sydney and Roxas,
those guys,
and throwing a bit of Cyclone Tracy between between both gigs. I would support those type of guys, and that was a good days. The metal days. But that's how the reinvention of me getting back into Kiss was through all those. Well, I suppose when I was 14, 15, I was into Motley Crue, and I still liked the rock, but it wasn't. I wasn't going out buying a lot of Kiss merchandise. It was more, I suppose, once the reunion come around that.
It all started up
again,
and the timing of the reunion was just perfect.
Absolutely,
it just seemed to be right, didn't it?
Yeah.
Even the people like yourself, who was a Kiss fan, but even the people who weren't fans. Were willing to come back and go, I remember them. They're really cool.
That happens to me. That happens to me on stage. Feeling that you fucking pain anyway because you're standing on my feet.
I'll fly up to the top of the light truss.
Fly to the light truss, breathe fire.
Paul smashes guitars. Rockets out of his ass, smashes people. Very cool. The idea also...
I have little balloons with toxic gas that I send over the audience.
Gonna leave the people dead out there.
Well,
many people want to die after they've seen a Kiss show, so they get it.
Well, people either love or hate Kiss, so
There's no in
our
between.
fans are very dedicated.
We only play for the ones that love us anyway, so it really doesn't matter. We play for the people that love us. I mean, somebody always wants to spoil the party, sort of, and we are the party.
Right. I mean, talking about the fans, what did you realize? What kind of people do show up in the United States so far?
The people who show up at KISS concerts are people who aren't worried about what's cool, what's not cool. They're the people that stood by us through the good times and the bad times. There are no fans like KISS fans. Around the world, when
KISS
people
Army.
talk about dedicated fans, there are no fans like KISS fans. All fans must be judged how they stack up next to KISS fans. KISS fans are the ultimate. We've had fans that have come to almost every concert every night right in front of me. I see the same faces. Very loyal. We have the loyalist fans in the world.
And is
No
there
other
kids
band has
coming to the
that.
shows?
No,
Like,
they're from 5 to 100. They're every age. We have a whole new.
If you're in Bombay, you'd even see cows in the audience.
Yeah, right. We'd allow the cows.
I'd like to see that.
But we allow the cows in if we could. Can't put cows in makeup on today. Bombay. You may play Bombay. You never know. It's possible.
No.
Yeah,
It's,
and everyone came back. Like I thought that was really. They just obviously the plan had been all along to do that.
Yeah.
And Paul and Gene were just kind of. It was Paul or Gene or both of them. I don't know, but they were trying to pick the right moment. And the moment could not have been more right.
Yeah, it was
the
perfect.
reunion was like, for people like me, it was like, oh, thank God!
Yes.
I'm going to get to
That's
see
right.
them because
Yes.
I never got
Yeah.
to see them.
That's right.
Yeah.
That was the same with me. Yeah.
Well,
You know what I mean?
very
The posters
first
on the
one.
wall, and
Yeah.
and Peter Chris,
Yeah.
love Eric.
Yeah.
But the fact that they could, the original
Get
band
original-
were all still
original
alive,
bands, yeah.
and they
yeah.
could come back, and my poster, my Alive 2 poster on the wall, just boom, was alive in front of me at Rod Laver Arena. I was like,
Yeah.
That was brilliant.
mate,
I
we
seen them in '95. You know,
without the
that's-
makeup, you mean?
Yeah,
that was
I
great.
mean,
Tom.
went to that, yeah,
that
and
was
the convention.
really good.
and
That
all
was the convention, and
Convention
you know,
was fantastic.
that was just seeing
And that
merchandise,
gig was
and
great.
the gig,
That band was on fire.
and
They
then you know, 2 shows at Tennis Centre. It's like, well, they are back in the in the '90s,
Yeah.
and now they're with the reunion. It was like,
Yeah.
wow, they've 3 shows. I think they.
Yeah.
played
Yeah, and I
at
remember
Tennis.
even Paul at the No Makeup show saying, well, we've always been told don't come back because there
Yes.
aren't enough people who are interested.
That's right.
And now you've proven them wrong.
Yeah.
So the
Nice.
timing was good.
It's,
I'm glad we got to see that lineup.
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
really disappointed for myself that I never got to see their Eric Carr lineup. I would
Yeah,
love to see
yeah,
it.
it would have
Would've
been
been great.
But I think that's a hangover from the 3 of us being too young to go.
too young to go. Yeah.
Would have been too.
It's
Part of me wanted to go, but to be honest with you, there was part of me inside that was like, I'm scared.
Oh,
Yeah.
when you were like 8 or
I don't want to go.
Yeah.
I don't want to go because I'm scared, but I do want to go, but I don't want to go.
Desperate.
So the fact that Mum wouldn't let me go, I was kind of like, I'm glad you won't let me go. But I'm disappointed.
Yeah.
But so many people said they went. So many people said they got blood over them.
I know!
And, you know,
There was 10,000 people on the
it's,
front row. Yeah. It's
See, when they put the makeup back on, I remember wearing my white rock and roll over t-shirt
Yeah.
and had a ticket under like up the front under where Gene would be, and I was like, oh, I've got to get some blood on this
Yeah.
thing.
Yeah.
Didn't go on me. Damn, it was like I wanted him to spit on me.
Absolutely. Isn't that amazing? You actually want someone to spit on you. But
Yeah,
it's
and it
Gene
doesn't happen.
Simmons. Yeah, and it
Yeah.
doesn't happen, but it's Gene Simmons.
But you go to a
That's
Motley
okay.
Crue concert and you got Nicky Six spitting at you, actually
Yeah.
spitting at you.
Ew.
It's like a pig.
Yeah.
But
No, the timing was so good when they
Yeah.
got back together. It was really good, and it was great. They seemed really happy, and
It was a bloody great show, too. It was amazing.
it was a great show.
oh yeah, it's
A lot of my friends who weren't into Kiss at all went, and they were a bit like, yeah, I see what you're saying. It's pretty incredible, but they were a bit rough. Like the drumming was a bit rough, and I go, what are you even talking about that for?
Yeah,
That's right.
No one said it's John Bonham.
Doesn't
It's
yeah,
a
that's
show,
not what it's
mate.
about.
It's a great, it's
yeah.
a dirty rock and
Yeah,
roll
the-
show, old school.
Yeah.
flying Paul on his own
Yeah. It's larger
ace
than life.
shooting.
It was so good,
No,
such a
it's-
good show.
It's
Yeah.
it's what we missed out in 1980.
That's right. We got
It's,
exactly what we wanted,
Yeah.
and it's going to be great to see them come back again.
So-
And it's hard, and it's energy, and
It's
I'm taking my family to the gig.
Yeah.
So, and from the footage I've seen, it's looking great.
Oh,
It's looking-
and
it's-
sounding great. I'm
I mean, at first
excited.
I didn't
Yeah.
like the setup of the stage, but the more it's obviously.
Hope we get that show here, Phil. Do you think we'll
I-
get that?
I think we- I
do you
think
think
we
we'll get
will.
the
Yeah, I
Mexican
think
float
it'll-
because that looks
it'll come.
amazing.
I mean, just the photos you see of the technology now of the
Yeah.
screens and everything else. It looks blown. It's blown away. It's.
I'd love them to
it's-
use a bit more dry ice though. I sound like I'm joking, but I'm not.
Yeah.
Don't you think it's
It's-
a little bit? The stage looks a bit clean. Like,
It is
everything's
clean.
perfect, but just get some just so because you see the old photos. Just a little bit of smoke hanging around on the
Smoke hanging
ground
around
would
the-
be great.
Yeah.
But that could be for vocals. Maybe they don't want that for the vocals. I know some singers that I've played with have
maybe
don't like the smoke.
dry or.
So I don't know. But that's my opinion. It seems like we're all on the same page.
Definitely. Yeah, I think, it's the show. It's the last time we're going to see them. They're sold out. Anyway,
But will it be the
so,
last?
Well, that was, yes.
I don't know. I personally think.
Yeah, what do you
I think it's a tour that's not going to stop.
You reckon
And
that's kept going?
It's the end of the road. Well, it could keep going.
It's the end of the road. Where is the end?
Maybe there is no
You
end to
know, I mean, personally, I would have thought that if they're going to do the end of the road, you want to know that it's definitely your last Kiss show you're going to see.
Yeah.
And you, in 1 year, 2 year, 3 years' time, we want to know where the last show is. If it's in New York,
Yeah.
where's it going to be? You know, is it going to be at Central Park or one of the baseball stadiums? People want to know. People want to already now saving their money
Okay.
to wanting to know where that
Yeah.
last show is. I mean, I reckon there's probably about 10, 20 Aussies that I know of have sent messages. Where do you think the last show is going to be? When is it going to be?
Do they get responses? Or send a message to you?
Send messages to me, yeah.
Oh, yeah. Well, I remember a lot of people thought that Carrara Stadium show was going to be the
It
last.
was going to be the
Aussie show
last,
ever.
Yeah, that's
Um,
right. Didn't know.
But I think it's just gonna, they might only play 1 or 2 shows a month or something. But I think where there's the market for it, end of the road, we'll just keep going until.
What about the talk of having a Kiss band with no original Kiss members?
I think Phil and I are on the same page with this. I think the Suns might come in there.
Yeah,
What is
Nick
the
and
The
deal?
Suns are
Nick-
both very good.
Nick and Evan,
Really?
yeah.
Oh, yeah, of course.
How good's Nick's voice, by the way?
They could take over, and to be honest, the diehards will go.
Yeah. You reckon they won't sort of say?
But aren't you
"No, that's
thinking
it."
more? Don't you think? If you think 20, 30 years down the track, that's people would still pay to see that because that's a great show.
Yeah.
And like kids now will go like if you said to me, it's hard. You know, like the hologram thing, right?
Yep.
If there was a hologram of the Jimi Hendrix experience that I could see at the Palais, I'd go.
Really? Yeah.
I'd go. Well, how else am I going to see it?
Yeah.
Because he died before we were born.
Yeah.
So, and they're all dead now. It's a way of us of experiencing. I know the hologram's a controversial subject, and I'll cop shit for this too. But it's to me, I can see value in that. It's like going to a museum. So, okay, I could get to see a Hendrix show.
Yeah.
At least it won't. It's not in here. I'll know it's not legit.
Yeah.
No,
But I'll get to experience something that's really close.
Yeah, that's interesting.
And I wouldn't have had another way of doing it, and I'm sure that's going to happen. But the Kiss thing won't have to be a hologram because of the makeup.
No, because
Yeah,
of the makeup.
that's right.
Yeah.
That's right. You can put anyone in
And,
it.
You know, even Alice Cooper, you could probably get away with a young Alice Cooper doing it in 20 years' time.
No.
I reckon
I mean,
maybe.
Alice is getting better with age.
No, I'm not saying.
yeah.
I'm not saying he's not. But in 20 years' time, he's going to be dead, my friend.
Yeah. Yeah, well, he's 70s
Yeah,
now.
they're all
Yeah.
70.
Oh, he's older than Paul and Gene, isn't
Yeah,
he?
I think he is.
yeah.
Yeah.
I mean, that's
I
a
like it.
problem.
Yeah, I
mean,
can't imagine him doing it when
I'm
he's
48.
Yeah.
And those guys are in their 70s.
It's amazing.
I think in 10 years' time, there's no way they'll be. I mean,
Well,
I don't
people
know,
used to say that about the Stones, so. But the Kiss show is very different to the Stones show.
That's right.
But all I'm saying is it could be a way of people experiencing the Kiss show who wouldn't have had another way. If you were born now, and then in 20 years' time, you're, I wish I could have seen that band. These videos look amazing.
Yeah, yeah.
Well, there's a show down at the Palais,
Yeah.
and it's exactly the same. It's not the original people, and you go, well, who's the original people? That person's going to
Yeah.
just show me the show, man.
That's really interesting.
They did. They had one. They had the mirror. The one in the corner. The little one in the corner.
right.
They had one. They had one in existence.
Just in the warehouse.
Yeah, still hanging up. Covered in dust and everything.
Oh, I had the towel too.
And I've spoken to the granddaughter, and I'm a bit of correspondence. I want to do some type of get it all documented, because she was surprised of like how many mirrors they actually made.
I'd never seen that one before.
They're Aussie in the corner there. In the corner, that one up there.
Yeah.
The one with Eric Carr on the corner. That's the rarest of.
Right.
That pulls $1,500 easy.
Really?
What's the price John 5 as an
Oh, that's on his want list. He keeps messaging me on here, and I won't.
That was his collection too.
Yeah.
Really, is it? I've never seen anything of his.
Interesting. So take me just back to a question around your collection here. Because we are in the non-vintage room here. I've been in the vintage room, I've taken some video, I'll be putting that up. But out of everything you've got here, what is the number one thing that you would never ever part with, or you're taking it to the grave? There's got to be something.
Oh, jeez. Well, I never thought I'd sell any of my collection, and I never needed to, and I decided I wanted to finally able to go on the Kiss cruise, and
Yes.
and like I told you guys before, I got offered to sell some merchandise to a guitar player, and that started me off. So the items I thought I would never sell,
You sold.
I've sold. But saying that, I had multiples of.
Yeah.
You know, it's
Like the white sin.
double platinum white. I've got 4 copies, and
Bloody hell.
I mean,
And one's as rare as hen's teeth.
yeah. So at the moment,
Yeah, but does it change?
that's probably the item that I wouldn't sell at the moment, because I don't need to, and I don't really want to, and that's out of all the items I've seen come and go, that's one that I don't see as often as other bits and pieces.
So that's the Kiss white. It's double platinum on a white.
Yeah, when the silver one sold out, they
And I videoed that, so I'll put that in.
They had no more.
I think it was in the city. They did when they did the reunion tour, released the tickets. They were giving out these flyers.
Oh yeah, I remember that.
Yeah, I got one of those.
Oh, right.
Like, I was
Right.
like, fucking kidding me out of everything that I could have got.
Yeah.
What's happened? Because Helena,
Silver.
no more
material.
silver, so they made some white covers, and
It was only Australia, right?
Australia.
and Kiss's management didn't like it, and they said pull them. And but you know, a funny story is years later, they ended up in a bargain bin as well. I was told about 8 years later they were still able to be bought in a bargain bin, so they must have shelved them and put them in a clearance. And
like I was saying to you, I had friends at primary school who had them and felt ripped off.
yeah.
Ah, damn! I got the white one.
Yes.
You know, I was like, haha, I've got the silver one.
It's amazing.
But that's probably the one of the sought after vinyl.
Yeah. And you've got one that's signed. Is it all members?
By Peter and Ace.
Peter and Ace.
I got Peter signed at the convention, and Ace Frehley at the Johnny Simmons Vault. So hopefully, I mean, I'm not a big autograph hunter. I don't like chasing them, but maybe
For something like that.
Something like that. I think I want to complete the signature set.
That would be unbelievable.
But yeah, like even my Aussie masks, I never wouldn't never. That was a higher item that I wouldn't sell.
Yeah.
The Aussie plaques, but people have persuaded me, and
Well, if you've got doubles.
they're giving me I was just never sold, because I was just more of a collector. I just didn't want to sell it.
It's hard for a collector to sell things.
It's hard to actually let go of something that.
But I saw when you were spending the money. Sorry to interrupt. When you were spending the money on going on the Kiss cruise, I thought, that's the perfect way to sell some doubles from your collection.
I mean, I had a back
to have a
operation.
great experience.
And well, I hadn't been able to travel, and I hadn't travelled since 1986.
Right.
So, my buddy Paul thought, let's go to America. I mean, we spent a month in America, LA, San Francisco, Las Vegas, Miami. Kiss
and
Cruise,
Kiss collection
New
paid
York,
for it.
and selling the Kiss collection, the doubles paid for a month away in America.
It's amazing.
And I'm doing the same thing again in this November.
Yeah, right.
People who mates are going all around Australia to see the show, and I said no, I'll rather go on the Kiss Cruise, see them on the cruise, and then just do the 3 shows in Melbourne.
Fantastic.
So hang out at the Whiskey A Go and the Rainbow Bar and Grill again. And,
I've never been to any of those places.
You've
been to one.
I was always a dream to go there, especially when I was to DJ the clubs here in Melbourne as well. And go to the Cat House in Melbourne. It's not the same. When you walk into this Rainbow Bar and Grill, and it was just like, man, it's going back into the 80s, mate. And, when you it's just awesome. It's something that I'm glad I did. And when I go back to LA in October, I'm doing 10 days in LA first. So.